Hello, Uplanders. Hello, Aldoar Vintage residents. Hello, Emerald Park residents. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me just say how blown away I am by the power of this community. It's just unbelievable what people have done in so little time. Just a few days ago, I was here presenting to all of you. Aldoar Vintage has the first Porto node, has the first node in Europe. And I was opening the door to all the people who had imagination, knowledge, different ideas, everybody that wanted to bring something new to this node, or even if they had a new project in mind, or whatever it would be to bring it to Aldoar Vintage node. But I wasn't expecting that the power would be so much, that the power of the community would be so huge. In just a few days, what has been done has been unbelievable. I'm here today saying hi to Uplanders, hi to Aldoar Vintage residents, and hi to Emerald Park residents. Emerald Park wasn't in our roadmap. It just wasn't in our roadmap. And in a few days, that whole area is nearly all sold and is already building up. It already has a name. And this was all due to the power of the community. So let me show you what the community has done. If you don't know where Aldoar Vintage is, I'm going to show you. Okay, you know Porto, which is in Portugal, just for people who didn't still see that Porto is already in Upland. And you're going to see that Aldoar Vintage, Aldoar is here, and Aldoar Vintage is all this area here, which I have a map here so you can really understand. So it's Aldoar plus this bit in here and this tiny bit in here. Why? Because there's a racing track in here and we had to include it. Not only because of that, but also we wanted a connection with the sea. So we have a node where we have the city part, we have a green park, which is the city park, Parque da Cidade in Portuguese, and we have beach and we have the sea. Okay, so these were some of the things we wanted. And suddenly, the community comes along after knowing the existence of Aldoar Vintage and creates Emerald Park, which for foreigners, people who don't speak Portuguese, to understand that Pedra Verde means a green rock, and from that to call it Emerald Park, it was just like that. And this is what we have going on. Emerald Park is already up and running. In a few days, we have 3 apartment blocks going up, 1 property already finished, another one going up in a few days. So I'm blown away. Not only me, all the Upland Portugal team, all the Aldoar Vintage team is blown away by what is happening here. Not only that, but if I click in the properties owners here, we can see Musida from Brazil. We can see Tres Dots, which is the director of Aldoar Vintage, who had the property there. We have Uplandinger, which is one of the best players of Upland. And we have a coffee shop in here, which is great. And that coffee shop is owned by Jazz Mills. Does that ring a bell? I mean, it's just unbelievable that you can see that this is all has all been bought. We have only a few properties here now for sale. You know, really big prices already. And it's just been a few days since the launch of Aldoar Vintage. Okay, so this part is done, which made me really blown away, and we are all excited about what is happening there. And obviously, I need to show you what else is going on. This was the idea of this video today, was to show you what is going on in the node, in Aldoar Vintage, and that's what I'm going to do. But in these last few days, Emerald Park just became the cherry on top of the cake, which for so little time is just unbelievable. So now I'm going to show you the rest. So at the moment we doubled the number of members. So at the moment we've got, in just a few days, we went from 20 something members to 56 members. We went from 200 and something properties we owned in the whole node, and now we've got 439. That's over 20% already. We've got 49 buildings being constructed at the moment. 8 of them are already built. Not 8 of them, so we've got 49 being built, and on top of that, 8 buildings already done up. The floor price is going up, in both in dollars and in UPX, and it's just increasing every single day. There's still some properties that you can get for a reasonable amount, but I think in the next couple of days I'm gonna start showing piece by piece what the area has of interesting. And I'm pretty sure next Sunday, when I do another video, the floor price would have gone massively up, and the properties available for sale will be very little. So probably in the next 2 or 3 days will be your best bet if you want to get inside a node, because this is what I can get from the last 9 days since we launched Aldoar Vintage. So as much as I appreciate that we already had a lot of people here, I would really like to have more people from different nationalities bringing even more different ideas and getting together with us to help moving this even further. Because the quicker we can do it, the quicker we can get to something else, right? So it's just unbelievable that we already have here, and this is the area south of Aldoar Vintage. We've got a showroom in here. You can see we are starting with our Halloween decorations here. Oh, we've got Portuguese flags. Yeah, we've got like 3 of them already in the node here. There's another one here. By the way, they are produced by Los Montana. I'm pretty sure you know him. He's struggling to, produce in higher quantities due to the spark that he has in order to produce. So I think we should all try to help each other, because it's a struggle, and the structures, the ornaments are a must to decorate the streets and to turn it into. I think it's really nice that we can look into a building, see a Halloween decoration, see a flag of a country, see a car. I mean, it would be nice to have some pots of plants around or whatever it is, or an entrance with some ornaments, decorations of gardens. I think it would be really cool, and I know they are coming, but it's just starting to feel a bit like real life, isn't it? So that's really nice. We've got plenty buildings here being built. Don't forget that this bit in here of Avenida Boa Vista is obviously one of the high streets. It's the high street of the Nod. We've got a building there being already built, and then it goes around the park in here. There's something really exciting I'm going to show you this week about the park. It's really nice. And then plenty of buildings being built in here. We also have Oliveira from Brazil building in here. Another few houses in there. Some properties already finished in here. This one I can show you. It's from Umbrella Boy. Yeah, I know he's been investing quite a bit in here. I'm sure I'm not going to be able to, say all the names of everyone that is building in here. Scientist is another one, because I've seen these names. And, there's a lot of people building here. Some Portuguese people, obviously, because it's a node that is in Portugal, and a lot of Portuguese people had minted properties in here. But surprisingly, we have many, many, many different countries in here. I've spoken with people from Turkey, from Israel, from Canada, from United States. I mean, there's a lot of people, even from Switzerland. I mean, there's a lot of people from many different countries in here, and I haven't spoken with, I'm pretty sure, half of them. But the node is really starting to get a shape. And as I said, I haven't shared much information about the node. I just kind of introduced it to you. I told you what we were thinking to do. And the next videos will be about the roadmap and showing the best things we have in Aldoar Vintage. And I have to say Aldoar Vintage because it's not just Aldoar has a neighborhood. It's Aldoar plus this bit in here of Novo Gilde because of the racing track. Okay, so yeah, the racing track is something I'm going to show you this week as well in detail. I'm going to show you touristic places in detail. I'm going to show you everything that is important so you can get really an idea of the place. I think for today, this is what I really wanted to show you. I wanted to go over the statistics, which I've done. I wanted to show you Emerald Park, and I'm going to finish with an image of Emerald Park, which is it's what has blown us away. Is Emerald Park. It's just unbelievable what could have been done in so little time. It's amazing, and I'm honestly blown away. We all are, and yeah, you still have time. There's still a few properties here for sale. Again, I'm going to show you the map of Emerald Park. So these are all Emerald Park residents in here. And it would be amazing to create more places like this. We have it in our roadmap already, some streets we want to do. We have some crazy racing tracks we want to do. But then someone just comes with these kind of ideas and everybody loves it and everybody invests in it. And we are already building on it in just a few days. So truly, truly blown away by the power of the community. I know many people have said it, the power of the community is huge. I had no doubts about it. But you feel it closer to you when you see it in something you're involved with. And Aldoar Vintage has been something we've all been involved in Upland Portugal. It's been maybe a month that we've been involved organizing it, setting up the guidelines and the roadmap. And then when it starts, and then some important people, some important players come along and make suggestions and organize together, it's just amazing to see something going forward so quickly, so powerful, and to see that those people are all happy. And that's the thing that I as the founder of Upland Portugal, can guarantee is that we are a community that we have the door and arms open to anybody who has ideas and wants to share them with us and see what the community thinks about it, because it's not no longer in our hands now to decide. The community of Aldoar Vintage are the ones who are going to decide if that's a good idea or not. It's not in my hands anymore. It's not in the director of the node anymore. It's in the community of Aldoar Vintage, the residents, people who own properties there. They are the ones who are going to all together decide what is best for the node. And my mission here is going to be to continue to be to promote it, to show you the interesting spots. It's an area that I've been studying a lot, and it will be a pleasure to be involved in something so community engaging, and so creative, and that we really hope and we are sure, with the people that we already have and the people that are going to come, that this is a node that is going to create its own space in Upland. And I invite you all to come and share your ideas. We are already organized. It took us a time to be organized. Now we are definitely organized. You can come, share your ideas, add to the ones we already have, and turn this node into a major success. So I hope to see you in Aldoar Vintage. I hope to see you in Emerald Park. I hope to see you in Porto, and I hope to see you in Portugal. And I'll definitely see you in Upland. Have a good one. See you soon.